We all know we've got a liquidity problem. Everybody wants the off ramp.
The beta, we built it in 6 days and we just started testing it. And then one of our biggest insights was that the beta still required humans to interact with it. But after testing, it was like, what if we just made transactions instantaneous? So that's where V1 comes in, where we designed it so that as soon as a buyer is on your sell listing, MetaMask pops up, signs it off, boom, you receive your BitClout instantaneously and the seller gets paid instantaneously. And the whole process is basically, okay, the buyer wants to buy this listing. So the buyer sends the Ethereum to the escrow, right? That's step 2. For step 3, the escrow basically locks up that Ethereum until the seller then sends the BitClout. And since both blockchains are public, we're able to verify both transactions. And as soon as the transaction is verified, then the seller receives the Ethereum. For our V1, we're actually planning to go feeless entirely.
Right. So I literally just saw that on your profile. You just announced that. So how are you going to make money, man?
It's more of a long-term game. My strong belief is that as long as you play long-term games with long-term people, and if you do generate value for the platform, I think it'll pay us back. And going feeless, I mean, like, I don't really care too much about, I do have to pay the employees. I mean, we're a near 10-person company now.
How did you attract that many people?
I probably know like the top talent for my age in the world. What unique value proposition, and my framework for hiring is like, okay, can you do this? One is like, do it better than me and also my co-founder, and then 2, more efficient and in less time. And I still think that our team is under-talented. Under-talented meaning like we still can hire more people. We're making the best use of our talent so far. And like they've been amazing team. And it's interesting, like setting up team culture and standards, teaching people and how to lead initiatives and take control. Cause like, I don't need to worry about, for example, our blog or marketing and stuff, because I have like my boy, Hugh literally just drafts a plan and like take initiatives and he leads it. Like everyone's kind of their own CEO of our own thing. And that's like their biggest priority to do. And I think that's like pretty valuable to structure your team like that. We only like try and hire or like what we need, whether it's like, oh, capital, whatever. We don't need capital because I can fund it out of my pocket. For background, I invested initially $150. Now I have like a bit more than $500,000 in my BitClout wallet. That's just going to directly fund the Bitswap development. And I don't think like the short-term games of like taking fees or anything would be like too important, since, hey, we have money, we can fund the company. And as long as we're generating value for the community, that's awesome.
This is where it gets really interesting, is version 2, in my opinion. It seems to me you're tokenizing the token at that stage, right?
Yeah, so we're wrapping BitClout as a ERC20 token. And it's actually not we, because there's already a team working on wrapping BitClout. We aim to be one of the first custodians for that. It's going to be a community-run project backed by BitClout, the platform, and the community itself.
This takes a second to look over. So number 1, the buyer says, I want to mint a token.
And then afterwards, basically sends the BitClout to the custodian, right? Which also interacts with the wrap token contract. You can basically tokenize any asset and it's a 1-to-1 value. But what it does is that it actually just locks up the BitClout you send to it, and then it mints new wraps BitClout, right? Which is tradable and interfaceable on Web3 applications and like decentralized exchanges. What that allows for, you can then like trade it on these exchanges, which provides additional value and versatility to the BitClout token itself. Once you're done, you can actually just send it back to so you have your token contract, just do the whole process, but in reverse. You send them the wrap BitClout, it's burned, which means that's just deleted from supply. And then the BitClout that's at the custodian will be returned to you in equal value and amount.
And people have been wrapping other cryptocurrencies for a year or 2 now.
Yeah, for a long time.
Swapping. Yeah. So this, and as I understand, you're forking a Uniswap and calling that Bitswap, right?
The purpose of wrapping it is so that, again, it can be interfaced on decentralized applications. And that's kind of what we're building for V2. We're forking Uniswap V2, and we're building a decentralized exchange specifically catered towards the unique value that BitClout itself as a platform provides. What happens is that now through Bitswap, you can provide liquidity for your BitClout tokens, right? So instead of letting it sit in your wallet, you can stake it in a liquidity pool, which basically means that you can provide liquidity for people to exchange, wrap BitClout for Ethereum or like buy it.
It could be any number of currencies that are based on ERC20, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's the beauty of it, where it's like, as soon as you're able to interface BitClout with Ethereum, you can swap it with any other cryptocurrency. That's ERC20.
Now you want to tokenize individual creator coins, which are somewhat a tokenization of the BitClout token.
The reasoning behind that I outlined in 6.1, which is a creator dilemma. Yeah, we have this platform that's built for creators, but what's the point of it if they can't sell their own token, right? There are definitely going to be mechanisms and people developing ways to do that. The way it's designed, I know that BitClout is often called, oh, it's a stock market for people, but it's not a stock market for people. Companies are traded on public exchanges, right? But these companies, they have proportional shares, right? There's maybe 10 million shares distributed amongst shareholders. There's a set amount of supply and each has their own value, right? And you can't have 110% of a company. That's the thing with BitClout creator coins. It's just that coins are not traded. That's kind of misunderstanding, is that there's no trading of coins. The whole process is just bounded to a bonding curve, which is just a mathematical formula, right? If I buy coins, it actually increases the supply and also increases the price. And if I know the supply, then I can know the price. And if I know the price, I can know it's just a function. But that's the issue, where it's that okay, let's say you have a bunch of your own coins, just sell some, right? The fact that you sell some is that it doesn't just sell to anyone else. It's actually just burn out of supply entirely. Right. And what that does is that it decreases the price and decreases the value for literally all of your shareholders. And also, BitClout decided, let's implement a feature that notifies everyone that you sold your coin. The community itself, it's kind of looked down upon to sell your own coin. And the way it's designed is wow, why should all my shareholders lose value if I sell one Sigil coin? If we wrap creator coins, one, we make creator coins tradable, and two, we make it so that you can liquidate them, right? Because you can directly sell them to someone else. And it also doesn't decrease the supply, doesn't decrease the value of all of your shareholders. That's one of the unique value that V3 will provide. There's a lot more that we're going for that I don't think I'm going to disclose too much, but that's the main problem.
You've piqued my interest, because I've always looked at this as why can't I just sell my coin to somebody else?
Yeah, you can't.
It keeps the market cap where it is. So that's what you're doing here.
Yes,
Sneaky
sir.
Little devil. What are you doing marketing wise, or just to get the word out to say, hey, here's what we're really doing? Is it interviews like this? Is it Clubhouse? I mean, people need to know that. This is a significant deal, in my opinion.
I personally think that you just generate value itself will organically grow. I don't really have to focus too much on marketing, because I strongly believe that building a good product and solving problems will market itself. You can find me at Sigil on BitClout. You can also go to my website, sigilwen.ca or sigilwen.com. .ca is my type dream website. .com is my portfolio website, which I have yet to update because I've been focusing a lot on. My general theme is, I think your personal branding and anything that's out there is a lagging indicator of who you are. If you're moving at a really fast pace, then your identity can shift extremely quickly. Full disclosure, I've been in cryptocurrencies for a month.